What's the important narrative in this year's Prime Day?
So look, the way that we think about e-commerce, 85% of total e-commerce in the US is happening on indirect websites like Amazon, Walmart.com, Target.com, and Kroger.com. 38% of e-commerce in the US still is happening on Amazon. Amazon is the white elephant of e-commerce. And if you have to win the e-commerce battlefront, you really have to nail down the indirect channels like Amazon and Walmart. Shopify, for instance, they address the market, which is the direct-to-consumer, which is only 15% of total e-commerce in the market. And hence, if you're a brand, if you're a seller, you have to nail down the indirect channels in e-commerce.
Okay, and so, Guru, where does Commerce IQ fit into that, and how important is having really great data on each part of that cycle of addressing the end customer?
John, Commerce IQ is the management platform for a VP of e-commerce at a Colgate or a Nestle or a Johnson & Johnson to win in e-commerce. As I mentioned to you, e-commerce is on a massive growth path. We actually added 4 years of growth to e-commerce in just the last 9 months as opposed to the previous 4 years. Now, here's a not so obvious fact. As I mentioned, most of that growth, most of the dollars actually came in the indirect channels. And if you look at how traditionally brands have managed an indirect channel, like say a Walmart or a Kroger, they have a traditional salesperson sitting down over a dinner and negotiating deals. Well, enter Amazon. Amazon's an algorithm. You can't take an algorithm out for dinner. That's where Commerce IQ comes in. We are essentially powering the automation engine to work with an algorithm called an Amazon or a Walmart.com or an Instacart.com. What's exciting for us is over a period of time, this is a 7 to 8x bigger opportunity than, say, a Shopify.
Guru, going into Prime Day, there are still some who are worried about supply chain issues, reducing the number of quote-unquote deals, certainly cost pressures in shipping. And there are others who argue that we don't even at this point truly understand the way the supply chain clogging is going to affect back to school and holiday. I wonder, do you think that's overstated?
Supply chain problems are still very big in e-commerce right now, mainly because of two reasons. Number one, there is still a supply constraint in the market, and that's because of global chip shortages or just general manufacturing capacity issues that we've been seeing. And the second thing is around the warehouse capacity of retailers like Amazon. So you're still seeing a lot of supply shortages. If you're a brand, you really have to make sure that you are almost treating your advertising and traffic generation as a mutual fund or a stock ticker, where you're constantly watching the inventory supply, the profitability of an item and all that, and start to move ads and shopper traffic in a way that you're driving traffic to more in-stock items. That's a big trend that we're seeing in this time's Prime Day.